Have you ever wondered what secrets lie behind the seemingly serene lives of Japanese women? Beneath the surface, their world is woven with intricate cultural expectations, societal pressures, and age-old traditions that may shock outsiders. From ancient customs to surprising modern-day realities, we're about to uncover the things Japanese women would rather you didn't know. Stay tuned, because what we're about to reveal will change the way you see Japan forever. In Japan, beauty transcends mere aesthetics, intertwining with history, social standing, and modern influences. The quest for flawless, pale skin can be traced back to the Edo period, when a lighter complexion symbolized wealth and a life sheltered from the demands of outdoor labor. Women would apply oshiroi, a white powder that gave them an almost ethereal glow, representing both purity and privilege. Today's Japanese women are gravitating towards a more natural look, with skincare routines that prioritize hydration and protection over heavy makeup. How do these changes reflect broader societal trends? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the fascinating world of Japanese beauty and uncover what lies beneath the surface. Why do many Japanese women find themselves caught between career ambitions and traditional family roles? Historically, career-driven women faced disapproval, with terms like karoshi. This term refers to a woman who pursues a career rather than being a housewife without a career. Today, many women work out of financial necessity, yet they still face resistance from a society where men often avoid domestic responsibilities. Interestingly, some women feel uneasy when their husbands offer help at home, fearing societal judgment or accusations of neglecting their duties. This reflects deeply ingrained cultural expectations about gender roles. A survey by the National Institute of Population and Social Security Research offers insight. It revealed that 35% of women plan to return to work after raising children, while 31% aim to balance both career and home life. Meanwhile, 20% prefer to become full-time homemakers. Notably, only 5% wish to remain single and work, and 3% hope to marry but not have children. The pressure to prioritize family life over careers affects marriage prospects, with many single women fearing they'll miss the culturally ideal marriage age if they focus on their careers. Some women now choose marriage without children to avoid the career limitations, often called mother tracking, imposed on working mothers. What does this mean for Japan's future? Can the country adapt to these shifting dynamics, or will traditional roles continue to dominate? Before we continue, I have a special 10-second request for all of you listening. If you can help me in any way, just press the notification bell and hit that subscribe button. It means the world. It really supports this channel. And if you do that for me, I promise my team and I will do everything we can to make this show even better for you. Deal? Historically, societal expectations have positioned women primarily as homemakers and caregivers, sidelining their careers. This mindset lingers even in the year 2024, limiting their chances for professional growth and financial independence. The repercussions of these deeply ingrained norms became glaringly public during the year 2021 Tokyo Olympics. Yoshiro Mori, then the chief of the organizing committee, sparked outrage with his remarks about women supposedly being too talkative in meetings. Although he resigned, his unapologetic attitude later underscored how entrenched these biases are. Consider this. Women hold less than 15% of senior positions in Japanese companies. A stark contrast to 42% in the United States and 40% in Sweden. Even more disheartening is the wage gap. On average, Japanese women earn 40% less than their male counterparts. This isn't just a matter of paychecks. It's a reflection of both blatant and systemic discrimination. The problem isn't confined to boardrooms. Remember the scandal at Tokyo Medical University? The institution admitted to deliberately lowering the entrance exam scores of female applicants to curb their admission rates. What does this tell us about the lengths some will go to preserve male dominance in professional spaces? Beyond institutional bias, there's the troubling issue of workplace harassment. Recent surveys reveal that 1 in 3 Japanese women has faced inappropriate behavior at work. Yet, many remain silent, fearing backlash or societal judgment. The consequences of these inequalities ripple through the nation's economic and social fabric, stalling its potential for a truly inclusive and innovative workforce. As Japan grapples with these challenges, the world watches, hopeful for real change. What do you think needs to change first in Japan for women to have equal opportunities in the workplace? Let us know in the comments below. In Japan, the social pressure on women to marry young is not just a cultural expectation. It's a deeply ingrained societal norm that has earned its own peculiar terminology. Women over 25 who remain unmarried are often referred to as Christmas cakes, a metaphor suggesting they are past their prime, much like cakes that go unsold after December 25th. This label, which once held significant weight, reflects a broader social judgment for women who defy traditional timelines for marriage. The situation worsens with age. By 31, women may be derisively called New Year's noodles, implying they are similarly undesirable. Although modern attitudes have softened somewhat, with more women delaying marriage to pursue education or careers, the underlying pressure persists. Even today, single women often feel the weight of societal judgment. As Japan continues to struggle with balancing its deep-rooted traditions against the backdrop of a rapidly changing world. Data from the year 2024 reveals that despite a decline in overt shaming, the cultural expectation for women to marry before reaching their 30s remains a significant aspect of social life. This enduring pressure reveals much about Japan's complex relationship with gender roles and societal expectations. While some progress has been made, the tension between modern individualism and traditional communal values continues to shape the lives of many Japanese women, leaving a trail of unresolved conflicts and evolving norms. But what happens when women choose to break free from these traditional expectations altogether? Could the rising trend of singlehood in Japan signal a deeper cultural shift, or is it just the calm before a societal backlash? Stay tuned. Japan's dress code, particularly for women, is a reflection of its deep cultural roots and the enduring importance of modesty. Unlike in many Western cultures, where fashion often embraces boldness and personal expression, Japanese women are expected to adhere to a more conservative standard. This expectation finds its origins in traditional garments like the kimono, which symbolizes elegance and restraint. Even today, though kimonos are reserved for special occasions, the principles of modesty remain deeply embedded in everyday attire. Modern dress codes continue to emphasize covering the body, with skirts typically falling below the knee and tops that avoid revealing the chest or shoulders. Despite the sweltering summer heat, short sleeves are often frowned upon, reflecting a cultural preference for decorum over comfort. The workplace imposes additional restrictions. Pantsuits are rare, with skirt suits and low-heeled or flat shoes being the norm. Accessories are understated, and even fragrances are discouraged. Wearing strong perfumes can be considered inconsiderate, particularly in close or shared spaces. This adherence to a modest dress code highlights the intricate balance between tradition and modernity in Japan. While these norms might seem restrictive to outsiders, they are a testament to Japan's commitment to cultural preservation. Understanding these nuances offers a deeper appreciation of how Japanese society values harmony, respect, and subtlety in daily life. In Japan, the concept of women traveling alone touches on a fascinating and often untold cultural dynamic. Have you ever wondered why solo travel, so celebrated in many parts of the world, still carries restrictions for Japanese women? Despite the global surge in female solo adventurers, many Japanese women face subtle societal pressures that discourage such independence, especially in more conservative regions. Why is this the case? It boils down to Japan's deep-rooted collectivist culture, which emphasizes group harmony over individual pursuits. Solo travel challenges these norms, often being seen as risky or even selfish. This perception arises from traditional expectations that women prioritize their roles within the family or community over personal exploration. So when a woman ventures out alone, she might be viewed as stepping outside her expected role, drawing quiet judgment or concern. But there's more to the story. A report from Nikkei Asia highlights a slow but noticeable shift. Younger Japanese women are increasingly embracing solo travel, inspired by global movements advocating for female empowerment and independence. However, this change is gradual. Many women still travel discreetly, conscious of their community's watchful eyes. But what happens when these time-honored traditions collide with modern dietary trends? Stay tuned, because next, we'll explore a surprising twist in how Japanese women are redefining their culinary choices in the face of global influence. Japanese cuisine is renowned worldwide for its precision, balance, and aesthetic appeal. But beneath its celebrated surface lies a complex web of dietary practices, particularly for women. These practices often revolve around specific life stages, where certain foods are either embraced or avoided due to cultural beliefs or health concerns. For example, during to be mother, women traditionally avoid raw fish and overly processed foods, reflecting a deep-rooted emphasis on maternal health and baby. Additionally, some women follow dietary restrictions tied to seasonal changes or belief practices. Foods considered cooling or warming are selected based on the body's perceived needs during different times of the year. These preferences aren't merely about taste. They reflect a broader cultural narrative of harmony between body, mind, and nature. While these traditions continue, modern Japanese women are increasingly blending these ancient practices with contemporary nutritional knowledge, creating a unique culinary balance. This insight into Japan's dietary customs offers a fascinating perspective on how food intertwines with cultural identity and health practices. In Japan, tattoos are far more than just personal expressions of art. They carry a weight of cultural and historical significance that often ties them to the underworld. Historically, tattoos have been closely associated with the Yakuza, Japan's infamous organized crime syndicate. Members of the Yakuza display elaborate, full-body tattoos as symbols of loyalty and status within their ranks. These intricate designs, known as irizumi, serve as both personal badges and markers of their criminal identity. However, the societal perception of tattoos extends beyond the Yakuza. Even though not everyone with a tattoo is involved in criminal activity, the judgment persists. This connection is so strong that many public spaces, such as traditional bathhouses, gyms, and swimming pools, often restrict individuals with visible tattoos. This reflects a broader cultural hesitance to separate tattoos from their historical associations with crime and rebellion. Women with tattoos face even greater scrutiny. The legacy of figures like Nishimura Mako, the rare female Yakuza leader who bore tattoos as symbols of her feared status, lingers in the collective memory. Today, tattooed women are often unfairly labeled as rebellious or dangerous, a stereotype that discourages many from embracing body art. Despite a growing global trend of tattoo acceptance, Japan remains a country where inked skin can still evoke fear and prejudice. In Japan, social harmony is a valued ideal, but it often comes at a significant cost, especially for women. Subtle mechanisms of control ensure that women remain in subordinate roles, unable to make or influence major decisions. Historically, female emperors once ruled Japan, yet today, the law prohibits women from ascending the throne. This legal exclusion extends into modern politics, where women are notably absent from leadership roles, including the heads of political parties. Even in everyday life, the cultural expectation for women to avoid confrontation and maintain peace results in a pervasive silence on critical issues. One of the most troubling aspects of this control is seen in the underreporting of personal violations. Although Japan is perceived as a safe country, with only 1 in 15 women reporting assault, a staggering 95% choose not to report such crimes, fearing societal judgment and victim blaming. According to the report by Human Rights Watch, many women face excessive questioning and disgrace during the reporting process, discouraging them from seeking justice. This emphasis on preserving societal harmony forces many women into a cycle of conformity and silence, suppressing their voices even in the face of personal injustice. The struggle to break free from these entrenched norms continues, as a new generation of activists works to challenge and transform these deeply rooted cultural expectations. The societal expectation for women to remain silent in many public and private spheres is a reflection of deeply rooted cultural norms in this country. Despite being one of the world's most advanced economies, Japan ranks poorly on the Global Gender Gap Index, standing at 121st as of the year 2024. This ranking highlights the persistent challenges Japanese women face in achieving gender equality, especially regarding freedom of speech and participation in decision-making processes. In boardrooms and beyond, women's voices are often marginalized. A stark example of this occurred in the year 2021, when former Tokyo Olympics chief Yoshiro Mori made headlines for claiming that women talk too much and would prolong meetings. His comments sparked a significant backlash, led by young activist Momoko Nojo, whose online campaign ultimately forced Mori's resignation. Despite such high-profile incidents, these gains have been modest, and many women still feel compelled to suppress their voices in both professional settings and their homes. Traditional expectations dictate that women should be submissive to their husbands, focusing solely on household duties and child rearing. This silence is not just societal, but often internalized, leaving many women feeling powerless. However, there is a growing feminist movement working to challenge these norms, encouraging women to assert their rights and speak out. What are your thoughts on how deeply cultural expectations can shape individuals' ability to express themselves, even in one of the world's most developed nations? Do you think such traditional views on women's roles will ever truly change in Japan? Share your thoughts below. Traditional gender roles within marriage continue to exert a strong influence, often confining women to domestic responsibilities. The long-standing belief that men should focus on work while women manage the home creates a stark division of labor. This cultural norm persists despite legal advancements, such as the Equal Employment Opportunity Law of the year 1985. Even in the year 2024, Japanese men rarely take childcare leave, and women disproportionately shoulder household duties. According to the latest data from Japan's Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare, women perform nearly 2.5 times more household work than men after marriage. This imbalance impacts not only the home, but also the workplace. Women often struggle to return to their careers after childbirth. This hostile environment discourages many women from pursuing leadership roles, contributing to a persistent gender wage gap and limiting their presence in managerial positions, currently less than 10%. These entrenched roles perpetuate a cycle where children grow up internalizing the same gender divisions, further entrenching inequality. The societal expectation for women to prioritize family over career leaves many economically dependent, with limited opportunities for financial independence. Single mothers in Japan face an uphill battle marked by societal judgment and economic hardship. Unlike in many parts of the world where single parenthood is becoming more normalized, Japan still holds traditional views that often marginalize these women. The challenges are compounded by the difficulty in securing stable employment. Many single mothers are confined to irregular, low-paying jobs that offer little security or flexibility, forcing them to juggle multiple roles just to make ends meet. The statistics are sobering. As of the year 2024, over 55% of single-parent households in Japan live below the poverty line, compared to 15% of the general population of children. Despite some governmental welfare programs, the support remains insufficient to lift these families out of poverty. The long-term implications of this are profound. Children from these backgrounds often face limited educational and economic opportunities, perpetuating a cycle of poverty that threatens Japan's demographic and economic stability. With Japan's birth rate steadily declining and projections showing the population could fall below 100 million by the year 2060, the nation faces an urgent need to address these systemic issues. Yet, cultural and institutional inertia persist, leaving many single mothers without the support they need. The question remains, can Japan pivot to embrace more inclusive policies, or will it continue down a path that risks long-term societal decline? In Japan, health and wellness are seamlessly woven into the very fabric of daily life, guided by an age-old philosophy of inner harmony and balance. But what are the deeper secrets behind this approach? It's not just about looking good. It's about a profound connection between body, mind, and spirit. Have you ever wondered how these practices contribute to the remarkable longevity of Japanese people? Take, for instance, the concept of beauty from within. It's not a passing trend, but a lifestyle deeply rooted in their culture. Japanese women follow unique wellness rituals that focus on total well-being. These include detox routines and specialized diets that go beyond just physical appearance. Curious about what these might be? A staple of these routines is the regular consumption of teas and broths with detoxifying benefits. Barley tea, known as mugicha, and miso soup are household essentials. But it doesn't stop there. Seasonal foods are meticulously chosen to synchronize with the body's natural rhythms, ensuring optimal health year-round. Doesn't this make you think about the wisdom behind aligning diet with nature? Another cornerstone of wellness is the tradition of onsen bathing. These hot springs are not just for relaxation. They are believed to boost circulation, relieve stress, and rejuvenate the skin. Imagine the peace and renewal that come from soaking in these mineral-rich waters. But what's the real science behind these claims? In fact, modern research underscores the effectiveness of these practices. A study published in The Lancet highlights how such holistic health routines significantly contribute to Japan's exceptional life expectancy, among the highest globally. Isn't it fascinating how this ancient wisdom is now being validated by contemporary science? Did you know that in Japan, language is more than just a way to communicate? It's a tool finely crafted to maintain harmony and respect. Japanese women in particular are often expected to adopt a softer, more deferential tone, especially in professional settings. But why is this the case, and what does it reveal about broader cultural expectations? In Japan, communication is deeply influenced by two key concepts: tadame, which refers to the public facade, and hone, or true feelings. Women are typically encouraged to emphasize tadame, using indirect language and honorifics to navigate social interactions smoothly. This isn't merely about politeness. It's about avoiding confrontation and maintaining social harmony. But at what cost? Here's where it gets intriguing. Studies suggest that this linguistic behavior creates a noticeable communication gap in mixed-gender environments. According to the Japan Times, while these speech patterns are meant to keep interactions balanced, they can unintentionally reinforce gender inequalities. Why? Because by softening their language, women may find it harder to assert themselves, both in the workplace and in personal relationships. What can we learn from this? Understanding these linguistic nuances provides a fascinating window into how culture shapes communication, especially for Japanese women. It also raises important questions. How do these practices impact gender dynamics, and could they be changing in today's Japan? Cultural festivals in Japan go far beyond the colorful displays and vibrant street parades. They are deeply intertwined with centuries-old traditions, where every participant plays a specific role that maintains the event's authenticity and cultural significance. But what is it that Japanese women don't openly share about their roles in these time-honored events? During the renowned Gion Matsuri in Kyoto, women are often behind the scenes, meticulously preparing traditional garments and sacred offerings. Have you ever wondered why their presence is more subtle? It's because their contributions, though less visible, are vital. They ensure that each ritual is carried out with precision, maintaining the spiritual integrity of the festival. Take, for example, the Hinamatsuri, or Doll Festival, a celebration dedicated to the well-being of young girls. Here, women's roles shift to the symbolic realm, focusing on prayers for the health and prosperity of the next generation. While these roles might appear limited to outsiders, they are deeply respected and crucial to the festival's essence. In conclusion, Japan is a country filled with rich traditions, intriguing customs, and fascinating cultural nuances that often remain hidden from the outside world. We've explored some of the lesser-known aspects of what Japanese women might prefer to keep private, shedding light on the delicate balance between maintaining tradition and navigating modern life. Understanding these subtleties not only deepens our appreciation of Japanese culture, but also fosters greater empathy and respect in our interactions. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot to us. Click on the video that appears on your screen right now. I'm sure you'll love this content. Comment below about the next country you'd like to see featured on our channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.